Alright, hell yeah. So we have some R1 raft instruction. What we're going to be doing is catch an eddy. In the current, hey, how do I get to the eddy as fast as possible? And I'm going to be paddle on both sides. For about 10 years, I was just like, hell no, I'm just going to paddle on one side. But now, we're just going to do the most efficient thing possible. So I take a stroke on the downstream side and then finish the deal. See where my knee is on the upstream side? So we're going to be taking a look at, like, hey, where's the best place to, like, jump to? And it's always kind of towards the eddy. So even just right there, just shifting my weight over towards the eddy, getting a paddle into the eddy, and then definitely weight the upstream tube. That's what I do here to finish that one, and it's just the way to go. So we'll see what we would do here. Heck yeah, just kind of take a paddle stroke towards the eddy once I get a paddle into the eddy. And then even there, I jump to the left stream, jump to the downstream side, and that actually helps me continue my glide. So jump to the upstream side if you really want to bite and stop and turn and pivot. Jump to the downstream side if you want to continue that glide. And in this case, I want to get to the lower portion of the eddy, get to shore down there, because I can easily hop out of my boat. So heck yeah. So now we're going to be crossing the current. I'm on the upstream side. I'm crossing the current. I'm going to jump to the right side. I do it real fast. We'll make more videos on that. But then I jump to the upstream side again. So it's just like, hey, I'm in an eddy, upstream side. I'm in current, downstream side, push against it, and then jump back to the upstream side. Alright, so hell yeah. So we're going to cross the other way. Now I'm just on the downstream side, but this one I want to finish low. So we're actually using the downstream side, getting some speed. Now I jump to the upstream side, but it's legit because I jump to the upstream side. It bites a little bit, but I'm already so low in the eddy it doesn't bite hardly at all. So we're going to watch this one again. So I'm using this current, kind of getting washed downstream, jump to the upstream side, but just with a little pry, I can continue that glide slope. So just depending, you know what I mean, you do you. If you want to bite more, jump to the upstream side. If you want to bite less, jump to the downstream side. But right now I'm so low speed, and I'm already so low in the eddy that just jumping to the upstream side continues the normal glide slope that I usually use to get to that, out of that eddy. Alright, so let's see what we do here. Hey, a downstream paddle and then kind of finish the deal, getting all my weight on the upstream side. That's kind of the take-home point for this video. But towards the end of this video, there's going to be places where we're just caught in the current, and jumping one way or the other doesn't help at all. But right there it does. Heck yeah. So if you can, you know, jump towards where the eddy is, you know, even just that helps. And obviously getting any sort of paddle stroke into the eddy, it doesn't even matter what direction the paddle. Oh, so here's a unique one. I was just kind of going backwards, so I'm just kind of paddling. And so anytime I get kicked out, yeah, I can always just like keep rotating the boat towards an eddy. You know, so right there, just keep rotating the boat and then kind of switch it up. So I do like that technique. That's another technique. All these I can make separate videos on. This is just a video to be like, hey, this is just all the techniques. And I do like that one where you're just like, hey, just rotate the boat towards the eddy, and it doesn't matter like what direction it's going. Alright, so just one stroke on the, but you see how I jump to the downstream, that really accelerates the boat. So there is that where it's just like, what's the fastest, see, even right there, jumping to the downstream side accelerates the boat because you're catching current. I'll make separate videos on that. But if I jump to the downstream side right now, it acts kind of like a sail. You jump to the upstream side. Well, actually, this is the footage where I just jump to both sides, and it hardly does a darn thing. And so this, what this concept brings is that you need a speed differential. You can't just be going the same speed of the current. So like right here, we're going to be like, hey, I'm going the same speed of the current. Jumping to either side doesn't do crap. So what we need is to like, hey, so there you go, a quick little backstroke. Just any sort of spin strokes will create a speed difference between you and the current, and that'll kick you to the sides. So keep that in mind. We have a couple more, and then we're done with this video. But here's a cool one. It's like, hey, jump to that. See how far I lean and grab that eddy? So I call this like the back eddy. I don't know. It's just real comfortable for me just to lean way back and then just grab some water. And and then even there, I jump to the downstream side, continuing that glide instead of continuing the bite. So let's see what we do. Yeah, here I'm just caught in the current, so I need something. So that stroke right there creates rotation. Rotation creates a speed differential, and then I can do the back eddy. And then just within 3 or 4 strokes, kind of combining them, I'm just to shore. So don't get into your head that just jumping upstream and downstream does anything. It has to be with the speed differential, with the eddy currents. Alright, so we're basically to the last one. Thanks for joining me, and we'll make separate short videos on this, but hell yeah, I love that. This is my go-to. We'll make separate videos on that one, the back eddy. Hell yeah, it's just super fast to get to shore. Alright, thanks for joining me. That's a video.